Well, today I've got Karl Bro on the channel. Karl has two Skool communities that, he runs every single day, and he's been running them for a few years now. So the reason why I want to get Karl on is because this is one of the first communities that I joined when I first came onto Skool. And so, yeah, I just thought it was right to get him on to tell his story and to just let us know how he's getting on with his communities. So Karl, thank you so much for coming onto the channel.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Really excited to be here and talk about Skool communities. I know we chat about them a lot, but it's really exciting to talk about the opportunity and everything that is available on Skool.
Yeah, absolutely. And can you let us know where it all began, really? Because I think, did you have a YouTube channel first and then you came over to Skool? How did it all happen?
Yeah, so I had the YouTube channel for a few years, Des, and then I've been following Sam Ovens and Andrew Kirby and saw everything that they were building. And then also following Alex Hormozy for a long time and heard he was getting involved. So yeah, came and checked out the platform and always wanted to build a community for all the YouTubers to give them the support and the accountability that they need. And yeah, jumped aboard and never looked back.
So how did it start then? You had a YouTube channel. I'm assuming that you were maybe selling digital items, digital products. And I don't know if you had courses, and then you just kind of decided that you wanted a community. Was that how it happened?
Yeah, Des. So we had a flagship course that we were selling on our YouTube channel to help new YouTubers get monetized. And it was working well, but without the support and the accountability and an easy way for the members of the course to ask me questions and to get feedback on their videos, it wasn't really gelling, and it was hard for me to be able to support them properly. So saw how well Skool worked and jumped aboard, and it's worked really well to be able to have a two-way conversation. YouTube's amazing, but it does feel a little bit like a one-way conversation sometimes. So having the ability for them to be able to create posts and ask questions and engage with other YouTubers on the same journey made a big difference for the community.
Sure. And I suppose when you started, it was quite different, wasn't it? I think we started on the $99 tier, is that right? And obviously it was a free community. So you were kind of going out on a limb thinking, geez, is this going to work? Is it not going to work? Whereas today it starts at $9. So the risk that you took was a lot higher than it is today for new Skool community owners.
Yeah, the beginning was really interesting to see Skool getting established and getting the traction that it wanted. I remember, I think when I joined, there were 3,000 or 4,000 members in the main Skoolers community. So to see where it is now and how many people have joined and how easy it is for someone new to get started. And like you say, the hobby plan, having the $9 a month makes it much more accessible than having to fork out $100 a month. And it's so nice to start on that plan because you don't need a lot to be able to become profitable. And I think that's the most important thing in any online business, is getting to cash flow positive as quickly as possible.
Sure.
Far too many people think to start a business you have to invest so much money and go into so much debt. But with the opportunities we have with Skool and with YouTube, you don't need to spend that much money to get started, and you can get to that cash flow positive a lot quicker these days.
Absolutely, that's brilliant. And obviously this channel was really for new Skool community owners. So it'd be nice to kind of hear what your thoughts are on connecting YouTube to Skool, for example. What's the funnel that you use in order to actually get your YouTube viewers to actually join your community? And then what's the goal of the community once you've done that?
Yeah, so the basic structure that we've got is the YouTube videos, and then we invite them to come and join the free community, give them some benefit there, and if they show potential and look like someone that we can help and add more value to, then we obviously have our Mastermind premium community that they can come across and join. And the exciting thing about joining YouTube to Skool is YouTube allows you to position your videos for your people, the people that are interested in what you're talking about. And then a lot of people are going along and being like, come and join my community. rather than speaking to the benefit that their viewers can get from joining the community. So what do they actually get by coming to your community? So for us, it's being around other YouTubers that are doing the same thing. The start of the YouTube journey is quite tough. So if you can see other people doing it, pushing past that fear, pushing past the procrastination, actually publishing the videos before they're perfect, it makes it feel like you can do it. It makes it more relatable and believable that you can put yourself out there and actually start growing an audience. So for my community, I always tell them that that's the best place for you to be if you're on this journey. Because if you don't have a community when you're building YouTube, I mean, when I started out, there was no communities to join, and it gets a bit lonely. You're in a grind and you feel like I'm publishing all of these videos and I'm not getting any feedback. I'm not going viral like all the people I see on my YouTube homepage. So to be able to see a realistic path and then to share the wins and successes when you do get to monetization like you did, and that creates a whole lot of inspiration and motivation for the people that are working to get to those milestones.
Excellent. Now, of course, there are many different channels you can use to promote your Skool community, but I think what's really important, I think you do this really well in your videos, is you ensure that there's a call to action in the video, and also do you do something in the description as well?
Yes, yeah, it is. So we do a call to action in the video and we vary it. Most of the time that call to action is near the end of our videos,
Okay.
to speak to the viewers that are more engaged near the end of the videos. Sometimes we do bring it a little bit earlier to try and get a bit more traction so more people can hear about it. And then we have a call to action in the description. If you're ready to start growing your YouTube channel, then go here. But what a lot of people miss is if you don't tell people, they're never going to know.
Sure.
And you need to tell them more than you think.
Yeah.
So a lot of the guys say make more offers than you think you need to, but I always say speak to the benefit that they're going to get. People are inherently selfish and more worried about themselves than you. So if you give them incentive to do something because they're going to get something out of it, they're more likely then to take action. And you need more incentive than you think to move people from platform to platform. So to move them from being on YouTube to come to Skool now, they need something to drive that action.
Brilliant. And you got a whopping, is it 1,100 members in your free community? It must have been, I mean, obviously that's been a journey. How did you actually manage to get so many members in your community? Is it kind of what you did on the About page? Did you do any extra promotion? What exactly did you do?
Yeah, so it's important to have a good About page to be able to convert people. So we convert at about 25 to 30% of the people that come to our About page actually end up joining. Not everyone that comes to your About page is going to join, even if it's a free community. But it's really just getting more and more people to understand the benefit that they're going to get out of being in the community. Sure. And then delivering on that promise. So the more benefit that people get out of the community, the more they're going to tell their friends, and then the word of mouth marketing starts working for you.
Excellent. You've done such a good job. And lastly, the monetization part of the free community, because a lot of the people watching this are going to have a free community. How the hell do you monetize it? What do you actually do? Obviously, you're bringing in all these people in for free and you're giving them lots of free content. How do you actually make some real money out of this thing?
Yeah, so there are different monetization strategies, but like I explained to you in the beginning, we've got our YouTube videos, then the free community where we nurture, and then the paid community. And to monetize, it's really understanding what your viewer wants and desires. So you're never going to be able to create desire in your customers, but you can channel the current desires that they have. So focusing on the needs and the wants that they currently have and being able to channel that into how does my product offer them value to achieve the transformation that they want. So I always say, rather speak to the transformation that you're going to get for your customer than the actual ways that you're going to get the transformation. If you picture a holiday destination, if someone wants to go on holiday, you don't want to sell them on how long the flight is and which airports they've got to go to. You want to sell them on what it's going to be like to sit on the beach and start sipping cocktails. So
That's
always
right.
speaking about the destination they're going to get to when you give them the transformation that they want.
Excellent. And obviously you've got two communities, but I believe you set up the second community before they brought in the tiers. So is that the plan then? Do you have your free members in the free community, and then obviously when you have a conversation with them, you have a one-to-one, then you kind of promote your second community? Is that how it works with your two communities?
Yeah, so we've got the two different communities that solve two different problems. So our
Sure.
free community helps everyone get started and get to a place where they have got traction on their YouTube channel. And that's really just teaching them the skill of how do I make videos that actually get views. And then our paid community helps people, once they've got views, how do we monetize that? So how do we create a monetization strategy that runs on autopilot? Because we really focused on building a lifestyle business, not building something that you have to work on harder than you did when you were working on your job.
Absolutely. And my favorite last question, and this is the last question, and I think I've asked you this before. If you had to do it all again, you're a new Skool owner, you know, the packaging's on and you're just unwrapping it and it's, you know, you're excited, you want to get going. If you had to do it all again, is there anything that you would have done differently?
Yeah, I think what I would have done differently in the beginning is make more friends on Skool.
Okay.
So getting the initial 10 core members who are all going to engage in your community is probably the most important foundation building block to creating a good community, so that when people come into your community, there's engagement and there's friendship and networking and people are active within the community. I think I took too long to find those friends and actually get them involved. And the best way is to really meet people on Skool and then create a relationship where you are in their community and they are in your community and you can engage with each other. So you're creating a group of friends who are all willing to be in each other's community, engage in there and create a good environment for each other to grow. And the nice thing about once you're on Skool, you're all on a similar journey. So you can help each other out, you can give tips, you can share your failures, you can share your successes, and that helps you grow and accelerate your Skool community growth a lot quicker.
Excellent. Karl, look, I appreciate this and thank you for coming on this today. Lastly, where can people find you? Obviously, you've got the two communities, you've got YouTube channels. I don't know if you just want to give us the links or just tell us the names of the channels and the communities that you have.
Yeah, sure, Des. So if someone wants to find me on YouTube, I'm under Karl Bro. My channel's a personal brand there. And then my two communities are the YouTube Mastermind community. That's our premium one. And then our free community is called Easy Views. So helping you get easy views and learning how to make your videos so you can get more views.
Excellent. Karl, thank you so much for coming on today. And yeah, look forward to seeing you in the next video.
Thanks for having me on, Des.